Hi students, as I promised, I'm going to do all the practices for this chapter, the angles. Okay, then one number question I want to do is we have a line. The name of this line is QOP. And then there's one line going upward and is A. This angle is given, which is 105. This angle is asking us what is the measurement of this one. Okay, so the question is asking us what is the angle of POA. POA. We know the angle AOQ is 105 degrees. And another thing we know, all the angles in a line, when we add them all together, is 180 degrees. So knowing that rule, we know angle AOQ plus angle POA equals to 180. Correct? That means this angle plus this angle gives us 180. That is one of the rules that you have to watch my first video to understand this rule. You have to memorize it. This is something we need to know for every question that we do. So 180 degrees. Now, do we have the angle AOQ? Yes, we do. It's 105 degrees. Do we know the angle POA? No, we don't know. So we put it just like that, and then we know 180 degrees. So what do we have to do? We just have to do 180 minus 105. So all you need to do is to do the calculation and see what you get. So we get 75 degrees. Therefore, angle POA equals to 75 degrees. Let's say we want to check our answer. So we said on the top, AOQ plus POA equals to 180. So now we have 75. Let's say if I add 105 plus 75, would that give me 180? Yes, it does. So our answer is correct. So this angle is 75. Pause if you don't understand it. But I'm going to do number B. So question A, question number 1, part B. For part B, we also have a straight line. The name of our line is POQ. We have two lines going up. This line is KO. This line is JO. That's how we call the lines. We only have the measurement of KOPQ, which is 28. It's given in the question. And what is it asking us? It's asking to find out about the angle POJ. Question mark. POJ. This angle is missing. Another thing that is shown in the question, we see this sign. You see that? That means it's 90 degrees. When we see that, that means 90 degrees. It's a hint to the question. Sometimes it says it's 90 degrees, sometimes it just shows by this symbol. So this symbol, when we have like that, or we have like that, this means 90 degrees. This means 90 degrees. Okay? Then as soon as you see it, you have to understand it. So I'm going to write the things we know. We know the angle KOQ is 28 degrees. We know the angle KOJ is 90 degrees. We are missing angle JOP, so I put question mark. What about QP? What about the whole thing? According to our rules, based on my first video that I talked about the rules, we know this is 180 degrees. So the total of the angles, all of them, is 180 degrees. So how do I find the angle POJ? Very simple. I say 28 degrees plus 90 degrees, which gives me 118 degrees. And then the same thing as the first part, which was A, I say 180 minus 118. So what do you get? Please do the calculation. 62 degrees. So if I want to check my work for checking, I have to get, when I add 28 plus 90 plus 62, I must get what? I must get 180. So let's do it. 62 plus 90 plus 28. Yes, I get 180. So I was right. So the angle POJ is 62 degrees. If you got 62 degrees, congratulations, you got it correct. If not, pause the video and watch it again to understand. If you still have questions, comment below. Okay, I'm going to do number 2 now. Number 2 is not in a line, it's at the point. So I have one line going this way, one line going this way, one line going upward. The center, we can call it O. This angle name is R. It's not given. This angle is 96 degrees. The other one is 167 degrees. I'm just going to erase the O so it doesn't confuse you. So I'm writing down all the stuff that is given for me. We have the angle 96 degrees, angle 167 degrees, and I know the total number of angles around the point is 360 degrees. So when I go from here to here, it's 360. So you see the difference? The total angles around a point is 360, but the total angles around a line is 180. These are two different rules. This is around the point. Okay, so I write the total, which is also include R, right? But we're missing the angle R, and that's what it's asking from the question. How do we find that out? Same idea. 96 degrees plus 167 degrees. What do we get from it? So you just do the calculation very simply. 263 degrees. And then we know the total is 360. So we say 360 minus 263, which we get 97 degrees. So angle R is 97 degrees. If you're still not sure about that, you just do a very quick checking. You say 96 plus 167 plus 97. Yes, we get 360. So that is correct. Next question, number 3. We have two lines, one this way. This is what we have in the question. This is called O. This is the angle E. This angle is given, which is 68 degrees. And all the lines have name. This is P, S, Q, R. Okay? These are given in the question. And the question is saying POQ and ROS are lines. Find the unknown angle measure. So some students are asking me, okay, miss, I use the protractor to find the unknown angle. No, this is not the time to do that. You have to use the rules that we learn. So the rule in this question, the rule that you can apply for this question is vertically opposite angle. Remember that rule that I talked about? Vertically opposite angles. That's the rule that you can apply in this specific question. What does this rule says? It says when you have in this angle 68, you look at the angle opposite to that, which is E. So E is also 68. That simple. Angle E is 68. Because angle E is the opposite angle of this one, and it's given as 68. What about the other two angles? This one and this one. It's not asking in this question, but maybe when we go to a more difficult, more challenging question, it might ask you, which we can also solve that. If you want to have a challenging question, you can find out these two other angles and let me know. If not, you can just wait for us to get to that question. So angle E simply is 68. Okay, we're moving on to question number 4. Question number 4, POQ is a line. We have a P line. We have this line. The name of this line is Q. P. One line is going straight up, and you see the sign. This symbol means, as I told you in the first question, this symbol means 90 degrees. It doesn't say that in the question, oh, but as soon as you see the symbol, that means 90 degrees. And then there's another line going up. This line is called C. This line called D. This one is 46 degrees. This one is missing. So the question is asking for angle COD. COD. If the question was asking POC, you could simply say it's 90 degrees. But in this question is asking what is the angle COD. So the first thing we're going to do, we have to write down things we know. We know the angle POC is 90 degrees. We know the angle QOD is 46 degrees. What else do we know? All the angles are in a line, so we can use the rule that applies on a line, which means the total amount of the angles altogether is 180 degrees. So that's another important information that we need to use in this question. So what do we say? We say 90 plus 46. First of all, we add these two angles together, which we get 136 degrees. And then you say 180 minus 136 degrees. You do your simple calculation, and you get 44 degrees. So this angle, COD, is 44 degrees. If you haven't done this question, I suggest first do it, then watch these videos, just to check your answers. I'm going to do number B. Again, we have a line like that. The line name is QOP. Here's one line going this way, which is the name N. Another one this way, the name is M. This angle is given, which is 105 degrees. This angle is also given and is 24 degrees. So the question is asking, what is the angle NOQ, which is right here. NOQ. So I put a question mark. Again, we're writing down things we know about this question. What we know is the angle MOP is 24 degrees. We know the angle MON is 105 degrees. What else do we know? Is there any other thing that we know? Another important piece of information that we need to know is that from the line PQ, which is from here to here, is 180 degrees. So that's another piece of information that we have to write down. Then again, we say 24 degrees plus 105 degrees equals to 129 degrees. Then we say 180, which is the total of all the angles, minus 129. $51. So the angle NOQ is 51 degrees. Okay? If you understand it, put a like in the video. If you don't understand it, put a comment in the video. We're moving on to number 5. Find the unknown angle measures. Okay, this one, we have a point. Line here, one line on this side, one line is going down, one line is this way. Okay, this one is given, which is 34 degrees, 111 degrees. This angle is called K, which we don't have it. The other one is 123 degrees. It's asking for the angle K. I'm going to write down our givens. What's given in this question? There's no name for the lines or the points, which is okay. So when we don't get the names, I'm just going to write down the things that we know and we have. So we have angle 111 degrees, we have 34 degrees, we have 123 degrees. What else do we know? Another piece of information is that the total amount of the angles from here to here, which is 360 degrees. Okay? Then what do? We say 111 plus 34 plus 123 equals to 268 degrees. Then we say 360, which is the total, minus 268. We get 92 degrees. So the angle K is 92 degrees. Okay? Moving on to question number 6. POQ and ROS are lines. It's important to read the question as well, because you get familiar with the way they're asking the question and the way you have to solve the problem. So you have two lines, one this way, the other one like that. We have names for this one: P, Q, S, R, and the middle is O. Here we have 89 degrees. This one is called F. These are the way the question is given. So these are the given in the question, asking for angle F. This one simply, we're going to use the vertically opposite rule. When this one, POS, angle POS is equal to ROQ. So when POS is 89, that means ROQ is also 89. So the angle F, ROQ, is also called F in this question. So angle F is 89 degrees. These questions about the vertically opposite angles are very simple. You just have to pay attention and remember the rule. As long as you do that, then you're fine. Thank you for listening. I hope you're doing okay, and I hope you find this video helpful. Let me know what you think, okay?